Hello traders, another day, another chart. Let's look at the market, see what's going on. We have a very good trend here in EURUSD. We start by defining the beginning of a trend. The trend starts down from here and it goes on. We analyzed this chart before, so we take another look. This is the 1 hour chart. So as you can see, we have a up and down market and it's slowing down and hit the top here at the top, and it's just gonna go down. That's what it looks like. So what we do, as I said before, we look at the market as a river and the price is the water in the river. Every animal in this universe, in this world that we live in, every creature moves in a certain way. Price is the same. It has the same function, same movement. So you have to figure out what that currency pair is and how it moves by looking at the chart for hours and hours and hours. It does the same thing over and over. As you can see, market, the price goes up, down, up again. It cannot hit this top. Down again. Finally it breaks through, cannot hold it, falls back down, but it doesn't hit the bottom here. It's a higher low. Finally it breaks through, comes back down, but cannot hold it, and it falls down here. What you see now is the movement of the price through highs and lows. As you can see, if you know how the high and low work, you will know what's gonna happen in the future and where are the stops and resistances. So over here we can connect these lows. You can connect the highs, but you don't need it. In the uptrend you need the low to make the trend line. So finally the price breaks the trend line down here, gonna go up, probably it's gonna crack down this way. So what we do now is look at the chart and figure out where the support and resistance line are, what are the trend lines, and then figure out when the price gonna breaks one of them and reverses back or pulls back to that level again, and then we go to the lower time frame to find the best spot to enter. We do not take a trade on a higher time frame. This is a multi-time frame analysis. It's like a fractal. A fractal is the same pattern repeated in the different time frames or different zooms. You zoom in, you see the same thing. So we're on a 1 hour chart now. If you go to the 10 to 20 times lower time frame, which is for us now is a 5-minute chart. If you're on a 15-minute chart, probably you have to go to the 1-minute chart. If you're on a 4-hour chart, you go to the 15-minute chart. That's how we do it. All right. We're gonna look. We zoom. We have the highs and lows. Okay, so we draw this trend line here, and the price breaks the trend line. We have some resistance lines and support lines. This one, we only need probably 2 or 3. So there's one at the top, one at the bottom. If the price hasn't broken one of these, we don't need to draw any other line. So do not make your chart very crowded with lines and stuff. These are the only things that you need in this time frame. So I zoom in a little bit so you can see how this structure works. So at the moment, price is a kind of a downtrend. So if you go to the 15-minute or 30-minute chart, probably you see this downtrend more easily. Again, we start by defining the beginning of a trend, which is up here. The same thing. It starts up, down. It looks like that. Finally, price down here. As you can see, you can draw one line. You can draw another line. And the price still is between these two lines. So let's make it nice and clear. So from the highs, I draw a first line here. The second line, because it's still on the top of the first line, we draw another line from the same spot. roughly around there. It's a normal line, okay? You don't need to draw exactly at the top, as long as it covers most of the highs and lows, it's okay. So the price hits the second trend line, and it's falling down. Is it gonna break? I don't know. Is it gonna fall down? I don't know. So that's what we know at the moment. The support and resistance line that we see is this line here. Let me change the color so you can see it properly. Let's put it purple, violet. So we are at this moment, we have two resistance areas, and another one is this area at the top of the previous high. So we have three resistance areas on top of each other here. So it's a very strong area. I think the price is gonna go down, so it drops. That's why I'm gonna look at the sell position. So I'm at the 30-minute time frame. I go to the 5-minute time frame. So in the 5-minute time frame, as you can see, it's pretty clear that the price has a couple of highs here, the double top, and it couldn't go through. But the problem is that in the lower time frame, we have different support and resistance line. Let me zoom in. So if you look at the chart this way, again, we have the bottom of the chart here. We have an uptrend. It started going down, up, and then it's kind of stuck under this level. That's what we see at the market. And we have some of the support and resistance lines here. One there. This is the area that is very important for us. So this is how you draw it. Again, we do the same thing on different time frames. A fractal is repeated on different levels. We decide where the beginning of the trend is, and we draw a trend line. So our trend line is going to be like that. Let me change the color again. This is a trend line. It broke the trend line, came back up, touched the trend line, and is falling down. If your indicators, if your system gives you a signal up here, you can sell. I'm looking for a sell at the moment, but I have to know, I have to be careful about this line here. I prefer the price break through this line and comes back up, touches the line, and then I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna sell. So it looks like that, come down, touch there, and then at this area I'm gonna sell, and hopefully the price gonna fall down. Now you might ask, what is the target? What is the stop loss? What is the take profit? You have to put your targets, either stop loss or take profit, at the previous support and resistance areas. So if this is the line that we're gonna enter, the next resistance area is here, and the higher time the support is over there. So your stop loss should be up here, your target should be down here, your TP, take profit. Okay, so we take this area, this distance, as a take profit. How much is it? It's probably 17 pips in a 5-minute time frame. So you can get at least like a half of it, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 pips if you're good. So you have to wait until this happens, and this is the hardest part. You have to wait. A trader who doesn't have patience cannot be successful. If you don't have a patience seed in your body, in your mind, you won't make it. So you have to wait until the price makes the same pattern, the same signal in the lower time frame, and then you enter. So I'm gonna pause this video and let's see what happens in the next, like, I don't know, 30 minutes or an hour, if I can take this trade. Remember, it doesn't matter what indicator you use. You have to know the market structure. The holy grail of the market is the trader himself. It's like you're kayaking in a wild river down, okay, and you think that okay, I couldn't make it the previous time, I'm gonna change my boat, I'm gonna change the kayak, I'm gonna change the color, I'm gonna make this shape of the the paddles differently, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But if you don't know the structure, the base, the foundation, the bed of the river, you don't know how the water is gonna move in the next turn. It doesn't matter what kind of kayak you have, it doesn't matter what indicators you use, it doesn't matter. You can use the simplest cross indicator, that the cross up and then you're gonna take a trade, the cross down, you're gonna take another trade, to the most sophisticated, most graphical indicator in the market. It works for some time and then you lose your balance and you don't know why, and you keep switching the indicators, you keep switching the systems, and you think the broker is bad, and then they're out there to get you. And then after years and years and years of doing this, you come to the point that you have to learn how to read the naked chart. You have to know how the foundation, the base, the bed of the river, how it looks like. Then you know how the water is gonna react when it gets to that point. You can use a simple moving average or a MACD, a standard MACD, a standard stochastic to get a signal. Getting a signal is easy, but if you don't know what you're doing in the market, if you don't know how the price is moving, doesn't matter what indicator you use, you're gonna lose anyway. Doesn't matter what kind of money management you have, you're not gonna get rich trading. You make some money here and there, but you won't get rich. You have to know how the price moves by looking at the chart, going through the highs and lows, trend lines, and support and resistance lines. These are the 4 or 5 things that you have to know. So I will wait until the price breaks this level, traces back again, pulls back to this level, and then I'm gonna sell. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something. Remember, multi-time frame trading, fractal trading is the key. Market moves in the certain ways. You have to learn that. I hope you learned something and I hope you come back and ask the questions. Thanks so much. Have a good time.